Alright guys, we are back, man. I haven't made a Zen video in like a month, maybe 2 months. So I was waiting for something exciting. I haven't even done any mints because I didn't want to use CoinTool because I want my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now with Xen Nfts, when it comes to the collector's edition, they act just like batch mints, except in the words of Jack Levin, they're more portable. So you can do batch mints the same way you do on CoinTools, but you have custody. And you can send it to somebody else. You can sell your future mint. So our NFTs actually have value compared to my knowledge, compared to anything else on the market. So I forgot who it was that brought up the example of the crypto punks. I believe it was an AMA I was watching. Whereas there could be a $50,000 crypto punk, and then you can buy a Zunicorn for maybe 50 racks around these prices. Maybe a little bit cheaper now because the price just went back down, which we're going to go back into. I'm glad it did, so I can jump in and get some of the cheapest things on the menu. But look how that thing is gorgeous right there, man. I hope they look like this on OpenSea. If you guys check out zenturbo.io, I always put the website link in the description because they show the maturity date, the C rank, the term, everything. Now, what makes these more bullish than any other NFTs is they actually have value baked into the NFT. You can have an NFT that you are minting for the next year, and when that NFT reaches its maturity rate, it's worth X amount of Zen, which is worth X amount of currency. You know what I'm saying? In comparison to the dollar. Let's just say it's worth $2,000, but you minted it for, whatever the price of gas is at that time. It really will depend on the price of Zen at that time. But it's possible. That's the thing. The limited NFTs, what you see there, I believe is the year of the rabbit. So it's going to be limited based on how many days in the year or how much time in that year. And when it comes to the next year, those will no longer be available. That's why they're limited. When it comes to the Apex, let me go to a Twitter post by your boy 333 Crypto. Shouts out to you. I can't really see this. I had it saved on my computer, but I don't feel like looking for it, man. But you can see there's 3 different classes. We have collectors, which basically these are the ones you get when you're minting, and you don't have to burn any Zen. You can just batch mint these. You can mint these one at a time. It'll be the same as if you were minting Zen from the website, except with an NFT, you can move it around and you can have custody of it. That's crazy. So, and of course, you don't get the Zen until the actual maturation date. You have limited, which I just spoke about. You can see the rabbit there, the year of the rabbit, which will be 2023, Chinese year. So it's limited by time. Time of limited Zen NFT issuance is 365 days, and it's going to be perfect timing, guys, because with these, after the year 2023, there will be no more of these. That's what's going to create the value for these for the most part. So you have to burn 10 million Zen to get one of these, which means you already need the Zen. Because some people are wondering, do I mint and then burn it after? No. With the Apex and the Limited, you need to buy Zen first, or you would need to have minted enough Zen basically on Limited, because you're not going to have minted this much already. It's only been like almost 3 months. But I have 10 million Zen that I've literally minted because I got in early and I minted some for 30, 60, and 90 days. So I'm going to have some limiteds. My pocket's not talking to me about any of these, because even 0.5 billion, which I believe is 500 million. 500 million last night would have costed you like 500. I know 500 million last night, which was December 28th, would have costed you around, I forget. It was somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000, somewhere in between there. That's for the most affordable Apex, Apex NFT. So we have Zunicorn, Exotic, Legendary, Epic, and Rare. Just for Rare, you're gonna spend at least $3,000 to $5,000 at the current prices. Zunicorn, you're gonna be spending like $30,000 to $50,000. Is it worth it? Absolutely, because of how viral this particular product is. You can mint for free. That's gonna bring a lot of people in. You're just paying the gas. That's mass adoption right there. Just like people compare it to Bitcoin in the early days, you could generate Bitcoin by mining it. All you needed was mining equipment, whether it be a powerful enough computer. It depends on how early you're talking about. Because once it got more and more competitive, now you need more stronger hardware. Now you need those crazy graphics computers, graphics cards. You see people setting up crypto miners with 10 graphics cards and a server CPU and all that stuff. Me and a friend were gonna build one once upon a time, but it was way out of our price range. I think back then people were using AMD cards too because they were way cheaper. But then you got to fight with electricity. With Zen, you're not fighting with electricity. So people, talk about environment and stuff like that. And you don't need crazy expensive equipment. You don't need it. You can do this from your phone. That's crazy. So now, instead of mining, you have participation. That's what you call evolution right there, if you ask me. You went from having to do all this crazy tough work, having all this technical knowledge about hardware and these other things, and instead now you can just mine it in the early days. This has an 8-year plan to create deflationary mechanisms. One being these NFTs or the Xen NFTs. Now, some people might be thinking, who's going to spend all that money? I would. If I was balling like that. I'm not balling. If I was balling like that, yes, I would spend. It depends on how much. If I have 100,000 liquid crypto, I would get 2 unicorns straight, or I'll get 1 unicorn, and then I'll try to pick up some of these other ones just to get one of everything. I would do it. Why? Because it's still going to hold value on top of it being a rare NFT. It's still going to hold value because there's actual currency baked into the NFT. So this technically will make these NFTs more valuable than anything on the market. But you have to buy that Zen first, and then you burn them suckers. Are you going to burn 10 billion Zen, 5 billion Zen, 2.5 billion Zen? You have to buy it first, which segues into the next one. Price was pumping like crazy over the past couple days. So from here, people sold off. Like people selling right now, same thing. Except it was a longer run from December 25th on up to December 29th, which is today, and had a massive sell-off. I was about to buy at the top like crazy because I didn't know how high this was about to go. Now we are at 5 zeros and a 5. We are at 5 zeros and a 5, and we were higher than that because at one point, let's go to Bang. I haven't minted any extra wallets because I've been waiting on NFTs. Because if I do bulk mints, I would have been using coin tools, and I don't want to do that right now. And I will not create a bunch of wallets like I did with these. I'm not doing that no more because you don't have to. If I had no choice, then yeah, I'll come through here and blah, 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 blah. But when I first discovered Zen Turbo, I think it was called something else before. These 55 addresses were worth about $5,000. I should have a video up too. These 55 addresses at one point were like $5,000, which tells me there was less circulating Zen and the price was higher. I don't remember. That's the reason why I'm not telling you exactly why. I don't remember. but I know it was way higher. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I'm gonna have an update video of the exact time. Matter of fact, let me come here. Let me switch over to Ethereum. Oh, it says it right here. Okay, I wasn't wilding, but it's actually Pacific Standard Time. So for me, that's gonna be probably 5 p.m. to keep it real. So if you are over here in the matter of fact, let me switch this real quick so you guys can see it. If you haven't seen it, most of you guys seen it already. I have some loose Zen up in here from a short stake I did. Just to show you guys, I did some short stakes, but just to do, like, I like doing stuff just to do it in the DeFi crypto space, just so you can learn. But I was trying to see if the countdown was gonna be there. Let me see. All right, so there's no countdown. I thought I saw one, bro. Hold on, man. Let me move around. Let me move around. Okay, I got one here. 23 million Zen. Jeez, for one stake. And look, this was a 311 day stake. Bruh, we only got 230 days left. Time is gonna fly, man, and we still in the early stages, y'all. We still in the early stages. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be a countdown, but it's not. But here's the time right here. So you don't think I'm just making this stuff up. December 30th is literally tomorrow. Literally. So at these prices, I gotta go, man, because I gotta go buy some Zen at these prices. And I'm showing you this all. I ain't gonna see. I'm not gonna front, y'all. I'm not gonna play around. Where was I just at? Xen Nfts. Oh, let me come over here. I'm not gonna play around. I will not be buying any Apex. I will not be buying anything on launch day. I just need y'all to know that. Because the gas war gonna be crazy. This is gonna be for the baller out of controllers. We need baller out of controllers, or at least we got. And you wanna know how I know we got them? You can trace these wallets and see who got 5 billion, 1 billion, 10 billion. It's wallets with billions of Zen. In one wallet, and there's wallets with billions of Zen. There's users who have multiple wallets that equate to billions of Zen. So it's gonna go down tomorrow, honey. You know, make sure you guys stay tuned. The big Zen YouTubers are going to be talking about this. I got love for all these guys, man, because I'm gonna be a whale in something. All you need to do is be a whale in one thing. That's all you need. And then next time this comes out, let's just say they do a one Xen NFT per year. That's still hella bullish. Because look, let me talk about one more thing before we leave. I want to talk about the burns. Just Zunicorn alone is 15 trillion. Alone. Supply of Zen. Or I think, no. I think all of these equate to 15 trillion. My bad. All the Apex equate to 15 trillion or something like that. And I think the Zunicorn is like 1 trillion or something by itself. It's going to take some time to mint these. It's only 100 of them. I venture to say at least 20 going in the first month. At least 20. Now, people say, oh, he's stupid. He sounds like he don't know what he's talking about. Everything I say starts happening, though. Like, I don't have to say it in a way that's easily digestible for your sensitive ears. We ain't got time for that. Listen, man. We about to get real crazy on this. Listen, man. You can take that degree and wipe it, because that ain't gonna get you nowhere in crypto. It's just not, man. Unless you in software, unless you a dev or something, and you don't need a degree to be no crazy dev. It's crazy devs with no degrees. We're not trying to hear that. I don't care how many languages you speak. I don't care if you've been in crypto for 50 years. There's people who have none of that and still have just as good of an opportunity. That's what people don't like. People don't like when stuff is even. People like to pop off with an advantage and tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No, we're not doing that no more. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the like button. This is real puss. And you see I'm pumped right now. When I get pumped, I come on with a little bit more energy, guys. How much Zen are we going to burn? We're going to burn trillions. Remember, the circulating supply is how much? I believe it was like 2 point something trillion. Let me see if I can find it on the the dashboard. This website got a lot of information. It moves a little slow sometimes. We got a lot of information. Total supply 2.6 trillion. So once we start burning Zen, we burning trillions. We burn 1 trillion, bro. Come on, y'all. Come on. Now we still gonna be having a lot minted. Today's mint, I'm not sure if this is the 29th. 592 billion. So we're still minting a lot. It's gonna get to the point where we're probably minting 1 trillion a day. Probably. We gonna see. But we're gonna have guys out there creating utility, creating dApps, and all kinds of stuff. Y'all see the Zen price. 5 zeros and a 5. We start eating zeros. Now it's gonna look kind of volatile. Or it could pump and then go sideways. It just depends on how much Zen is gonna be burnt compared to how much Zen is gonna be minted. If more Zen is burnt than minted, then them numbers it's gonna start eating some zero. Them numbers gonna start. But when that slows down, whenever we got 15 trillion. If it was 1 trillion, if we accumulated, it's gonna depend on some factors, man. But I say this: it's a free mint. All you need is a gas. What I'm probably gonna do, excuse this cold, y'all, is I'm gonna mint about the next 12 months. I'm gonna mint maybe 20 wallets per month for like the next 12 months. I'm gonna do something like that just to get some income in, not for the next 12 months. It's gonna be starting like the whatever month that looks like it's gonna be something decent, like 10 millions in or whatever, that month and up. So 300 days, 400 days, 500 days, 600 days, kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to have Zen coming out every month. And it's going to be based on Xen Nfts right here, collector. You know? So that's all the information I got for you guys right now before we make this a 50-minute video. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the like button. We're going to be burning trillions. We're going to be minting trillions. And you can mint for free. And you can sell them. You can send them to other wallets. So there's going to be more portability. You remember them TVs with the big backs to them? Now you can watch Netflix on your phone. I'm going to leave you with that. It's icy. And I'll see you guys on the next video.